everyone, I'm Karinmaria and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'll be making easy appetizers, which will be really appealing for kids. So won't you join me? I'll be putting up the list of ingredients at the end of this video, but this is a recipe I call holiday hot dogs, and it's really simple to make. You just take one tube of refrigerated crescent rolls and you roll them all out, and then when you get these little triangles that look like this, all you do is slice them so that you get two triangles out of it. And then you lay them on a cookie sheet, and I've already rolled them out because when they're out of the refrigerator, they start to get warm really quickly, so I went ahead and prepared that much already. And what I did, I sprayed my cookie sheet with some cooking oil so that they didn't stick. Okay, so now when you have these all cut, what you're going to do is just take ordinary barbecue sauce, and you just want to lightly coat the crescent rolls. Once you have all of your crescent roll triangles coated with barbecue sauce, then you're just going to take a little bit of cheese and sprinkle cheese on each one. And I'm just using regular cheddar cheese. This dish is a little messy because you're going to get your hands dirty. And there's about a cup of cheese here. And I'm going to put it on each crescent roll. And now that I have my cheese on, I'm going to move on to putting some spices on my crescent rolls. I have a half a teaspoon of onion powder in here, and I'm going to add half a teaspoon of mustard to that. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit, and then I'll just be using my hands and putting a little pinch of each on the crescent rolls. It takes a little while to prepare because I have to do each one individually. Now I'm going to move on to my hot dogs, and what you want to do is just cut off the very tip of each end of the hot dog, and then you'll be able to cut your hot dog into thirds. So that's what I'm going to do for each and every hot dog. And then what's going to happen is these hot dogs are going to go on the crescent rolls, and I'm going to roll them up. The reason I like this recipe is because when kids see the hot dogs, they're going to eat it. Kids are finicky that way. They don't want to eat things that they don't recognize what they are. And I know that many moms out there have had this experience. You've either slaved away in the kitchen and someone else has brought their kids over and their kids didn't want to eat anything that you made, or you took your kids to someone's house and you could tell that the hostess put a lot of effort into preparing the meal, and your child took one look at what the hostess had prepared and absolutely refused to eat. So that's why this is really good, because the kids can see that it's a hot dog and cheese and they'll eat it. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll each one of these little crescent rolls up. I just went ahead and I transferred my hot dogs onto a larger cookie sheet because I ended up making so many of them. But the final step that you'll want to do is just to spread a little bit of melted butter right on top of the crescent rolls, so when they cook that they get that golden brown coloring to them. And you'll cook the crescent rolls for anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. The package that I was using said 13 minutes. And you'll want to put them in at a 350-degree oven. And I'm just putting a little dab of butter on each one. And don't forget to definitely spray the cookie pan or they will stick. Now I'm going to move on to a dish that I call tomato bread, and it's a really easy appetizers. Kids will usually eat it because it's just bread and tomatoes and cheese, so I usually don't have any trouble getting children to eat it. The first thing you'll want to do is chop up some tomatoes, and I've already went ahead and chopped up 2 tomatoes. I had some really great tomatoes in my garden this year, so I went ahead and chopped those up. And into the tomatoes, I'm going to add 1 clove of garlic. And then I'm going to add some salt and pepper to taste. It's going to be very similar to an Italian bruschetta, but not quite. Okay, and I'm just going to mix that up. I'm also going to add basil, and I have about 2 tablespoons full of basil. And some fresh parsley, and I have quite a bit of parsley. I probably have about 4 tablespoons of parsley. And I'm just gonna mix that up. And then into this, I have cooked up about 5 to 6 strips of bacon and crumbled it up. You could probably use Baker's as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle these in. Any kind of bacon bits, actually. And then what you're gonna do is, I'll just go ahead and pour those actually. After you have this all mixed up, you're gonna be putting this on the bread. You can get any kind of bread from your grocery store, just kind of like a bread that's gonna get crunchy when you put it in to bake. An Italian bread or a French baguette, whatever you can find. And I'm just gonna go ahead and slice it up. And I went ahead and I sprayed my pan with cooking oil, but you probably wouldn't actually have to. And I'm gonna just put these slices on there. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some cheese on each one. And then on top of the cheese, I'm going to be putting the tomato mixture. And now I'm just going to spoon the tomato mixture onto each slice of bread. For the last step, I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil over the bread, and I'm just drizzling a very small amount. And then I'm going to put this bread in to broil on a low setting for about 5 minutes. My appetizers are finished and they're perfectly kid-friendly because you can just tell the children that they're having pizza and hot dogs. So here you have delicious holiday hot dogs and tomato bread, and if you like these recipes, like my video and don't forget to read my blog and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.